Today, Yud Gimel Tammuz. Yesterday was the 12th of Tammuz, today the 13th of Tammuz, and as we had mentioned, Yud Beis 12th and 13th of Tammuz, we celebrate the liberation of the previous Rebbe, the Rebbe Rayat, as he's called, Rabbi Zushe Silberstein, the father-in-law of the Rebbe, who was arrested, and I should make a correction, yesterday I mentioned on the 14th day of the Sivan, actually it was at night on the 15th day of Sivan, with first a death penalty over his head, commuted to 10 years of hard labor in Siberia, then changed to, on Gimel Tammuz, to be exiled for 3 years in Castrama, and then a few days later he was actually notified that he is freed. The 12th he was verbally notified, and on the 13th, today, he received the actual piece of paper, the actual document that he is free to go home. So l'chaim, my dear friends, this is a day to tap into this energy of freedom which is in the air. L'chaim. The previous Rebbe is legendary for his Mesiras Nefesh, for his selfless dedication and devotion to everything and everyone who is Jewish, and for the well-being and the preservation of Torah. This sense of commitment started and was visible in the Rebbe at a very young age. The story is told. As a little boy, on a market day, he goes through the market and there he meets Reb David, the local butcher, who is going with his merchandise, a little calf, and some chickens, going to the market, and tells his little boy, Rabbi Zushe Silberstein, knowing that this is the Rebbe's son, I hope to make a good parnasa today. At that moment, a policeman comes chasing Reb David and slaps Reb David in his face. You stole that calf. Little boy Zushe Silberstein sees the injustice, pushes this policeman. Now he's no match to the size of the policeman. The policeman grabs him and has him arrested under a supposed charge of trying to pull his medal from the policeman, that is. Dragged to the local prison. The attendant roughs him up and shoves him into a dark cell. Frightened, but then he realizes, my grandparents, the Alter Rebbe, and so on, they were all in prison. What do? They studied Torah. So he started reviewing the different parts of Torah that they do by heart. Then suddenly he got very frightened. He heard a moaning and a groaning. Then he realized that he has a match in his pocket. He lit the match and he saw there was a little calf tied, the mouth muzzled. And he realized that this must be the calf that the policeman accused Reb David, the butcher, and he actually stole it from him and he hides it over here. In a short while, his Fitzrak was released and he reported the fact of what he saw in that cell. This was reported to the judge, the system of justice, and obviously Reb David was freed from the accusation of being stolen that calf, and the policeman, whatever they did with him, they did with him. When his Fitzra came home, his father, the Rebbe Rashab, told him, I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of you that you didn't look at your own well-being. You acted in a way to come and protect another Jew, even when you knew there's no way you're going to be able to battle, to fight this tall, strong policeman. But you did what you could. Mesiras Nefesh, that's how one has to act. For the love of another Jew, one doesn't look for his benefit or pain it might cause him. You have to act. And then he told him, what did you do while you were in prison? He says, Tate, I was afraid, but I reviewed the parts of Torah which I knew by heart. And the Rebbe Rashab told him, how beautiful you did that, because otherwise, what would have been different between you sitting in a dark cell and that calf sitting in a dark cell? Both of you were living in darkness, sitting in darkness. and not accomplishing. The fact that you were able to study Torah, you showed how superior you are from the calf. This little story is what the life of the Brother Friedrich Rebbe was all about. Obviously being superior than the calf, than the nefesh abamis, than the animalistic part of our lives. And bringing across this message that even in a time of darkness, we have the Torah, we have Judaism to light up the darkness. And even moments of difficulty, Torah lights us up. Judaism is what's lighting us up. And this is what takes us out of this darkness, of this imprisonment of this cell. So we have to do today, realizing that with words of Torah, with mitzvahs, with kindness to another Jew, we will come out now from this exile darkness into the ultimate light with Mashiach.